Hi guys, it's Nika and I'm back with another Create a Sim video. So the whole year I have been revisiting my older Sims and giving them a makeover, or if they were a character I had in mind for a story that I never did with my Sims, I just finally for the first time created them. And today I will be returning to the grey generation of my Not So Berry, and I will be giving a makeover to my grey generation twins, Claudia, who is the heir, and her sister Crystal. That kind of rhymes, doesn't it? Also, I need to tell you their middle names. So Claudia's middle name is Rachel, Gray only in the game, because I think I ran out of characters, but her middle name is Rachel, and yes, I insist on the G in the beginning of that word. And Crystal's middle name is Gracie. Rachel and Gracie. Yeah, I know, it's yeah, I needed to do that. Also, Claudia's name is Claudia because I thought of the word cloud, and clouds are gray, and also the name is pronounced that way in some languages. It's not Claudia but Claudia in some languages. Claudia, so Claudia, clouds are gray. This is the gray generation. And Crystal, honestly I don't know why I call her Crystal. I guess I like the alliteration or something, but I think maybe I could have gone for a more grey specific name, but I didn't, but that's fine. It's been years. I'm not gonna change it now. Today I didn't really prepare a script because there's not really need for it, because unfortunately these two didn't really have a story. I really tried, but my old computer was against it. So, Claudia and Crystal are the children of Sunset and John, who I have already introduced to you a few months ago. I'm gonna link their videos somewhere in here. It will pop up somewhere. Yeah, they were their only children, and they were very much the cliche of opposite twins. You have Claudia, who is very sporty, and she's the slob sim of the generation, and she's kind of I don't know, tough, I would say, and sassy and boyish in the way she dresses. And then you have Crystal, who is very girly, who is very neat, very sweet. And yeah, it was definitely a cliche how I went for like total opposite twins, but I really wanted to do that at that time. And I think it worked out, and I really love both of the girls and their style, and yeah. Also, even though they are so opposite, they are actually really close, which is also something that I really like about them. And okay, maybe I could have prepared a script because I'm drawing a blank. I don't know what to talk about. When they were little, they witnessed something very traumatizing. I kind of killed their grandfather in front of their eyes. In my defense, it was not my fault. I was actually playing with another sim and I didn't realize the stupid vampire was standing outside and the sun went up and he didn't go inside. So it's not my fault, it's his own fault that he got killed by sunlight. We brought him back later, as you've probably heard, because I mentioned this idiot a lot. But yeah, the twins had to see it happen, unfortunately. Other than that, I don't think anything that remarkable really happened when they were children. But when they were teenagers, I wanted to start their story, and I had a lot of plans for their story, and it was supposed to be amazing. And it was not, and I will tell you why. My old computer ruined everything. It was already struggling with The Sims 4, way more than with Sims 3, which is interesting. But then I got on Gen 4 of my Not So Berry, and for some reason the lag just got so much worse. and I couldn't even take pictures because if I would pause the game and go in tab, it would take me literal minutes to get the shot right. Like, I would try to move the camera around and it lagged so bad. And so every time I opened the game, I took a few pictures and I left again because I had absolutely no joy playing that. But the Greygen sim, the Greygen heir, according to the rules, has to date, I think, 3 sims and then has to end up with a sim with the need trait, right? So I thought it would be fun if I asked people on Tumblr to send me their sims. So I did this whole thing where I asked them for it, for those sims, and I was like, okay, some of them are gonna end up dating Crystal, some of them are gonna end up dating Claudia, and I don't know what will happen. The story will just unfold when I have those sims. And yeah, so I got quite a lot of sims. I was quite surprised by that, and I had to narrow it down to like 6 or 7 I decided I would be accepting. All very gorgeous sims. I still love them. And yeah, so then I got the sims. I put them in my game. I was looking forward to unfolding this story with them. I did this little New Year's Eve storyline, or well, I can't really call it a storyline, but I invited everyone for a New Year's Eve party. And that was kind of fun. Like, already some couples started sort of coming to life, I would say. And yeah, that was probably the only good thing about this, because after this my game absolutely gave up. And I got rid of a lot of CC, I made my graphic settings lower, I put the family in a brand new save, and the game just... it didn't want to do anything. It was just pure hell. Eventually, I somehow, well, I wouldn't say I fixed it, but I got it to work in a way that, like, it wasn't good, but it wasn't that, well, that's not true. It was very annoying, but I really wanted to play, and so I just kind of pushed through. It was not a fun time. I hated it, and I also felt bad that I asked for so many sims and I was doing nothing with them because it was impossible. The game was against it. So yeah, and that's also why to this day I feel kind of bad about it. And I don't know. Usually when I think of the main sims of the generation, I think of the couple, right? But with the Grey Gen, I think of the twins. And I don't really think about their partners that I eventually ended up with, because I just think of how I kind of screwed up and how the storyline was a disappointment, and yeah. But like I said, I eventually sort of got it to work. I pushed through, I played the Grey Generation. Crystal eventually had to go away and become a background character, but she had her fair share of relationships. At that New Year's Eve party, she started dating Darren. They were together for quite a while, but they felt like it's not moving anywhere and chose to become just friends, I believe. No, wait, no. They didn't start dating. They went on like one date, and Crystal was waiting for Darren to make a move and to like start dating officially, but it never happened. And then she started going out with a girl whose name I cannot remember right now for the life of me, but that didn't work out either. And then in university, she started dating Brooklyn and Marnie, and they were in a polyamorous relationship, and together they adopted, I think, 3 or 4 children, and they lived in San Myshuno. And yeah, after Crystal moved out, we never really saw her around anymore, because like I said, my game was not having it. And so I spent most of the time with Claudia, who also had an interesting dating life. So as a teenager, she was dating Zachary for a little bit. That did not work out, and she realized she started feeling some feelings towards her friend Nicola. They were together for a few years, then Nicola went to university. Claudia didn't. Claudia moved to the city and started working there, and they were in a long distance relationship. Then one time Nicola came to visit her for the weekend, and things happened, and Claudia got pregnant. And when she told Nicola was like, "Oh shit, I'm so sorry. I'm actually seeing someone. I was going to tell you I want to break up. I don't know what to do with this. I'm sorry." So yeah, that relationship crashed also. Then Claudia dated Alina, and a funny thing happened there. They were happy together, but then Claudia found her great grandmother's cloning machine and she cloned herself. The clone was named Silver. And let's just say Claudia's clone stole her girlfriend and ran away with her. And to make things even spicier, after that happened, Claudia found out that she was pregnant with Alina's baby. And yes, we don't really care about biology here. If I want two women to have a baby, they are gonna have a fucking baby. So yeah, now Claudia was a single mother of two children, Violet Sky and Heather. And around this time, she started hanging out a lot with Darren. That's right, the same Darren that once upon a time almost dated her sister. He was living in an apartment nearby and they became really good friends. And then Darren actually got kicked out of his apartment and Claudia took him in because they were really close friends and she wanted to help him. So he started living at her place and eventually they fell in love. And Claudia's children also somewhat started seeing Darren as not really their father, but like he became a part of the family, I would say. And yeah, so Claudia and Darren then fell in love and eventually they got married and they had a child together. And this is the relationship that finally worked out for Claudia. And their child's name was Plum Bob, because, the Plum generation, Plum Bob. Bob was actually supposed to be the heir of my Plum generation, but then I had his older brother for so much longer and I got really attached and I chose his brother Violet Sky to be the heir instead. And you guys are gonna meet him later. Unless you are curious about him already, in that case you can head to my Tumblr and read his generation. Vernon is a fucking mess. Vi is a fucking mess. And proceed with caution. And remember, I did not write it at the best time. And it's not my best writing. I will tell you that. Anyway, this is about Claudia. We still have a few minutes to go. So let's talk about her. So I went over her relationship. I don't think I need to really talk much about the skills that she had, because, it's all in the rules, but some things weren't in the rules. She was actually, oh my god, what is it called in the game? She was making videos, she got quite famous on the internet, and I believe by the end of her life, she was actually a 5-star celebrity. I'm like 99% sure that's what happened. So yeah, Claudia got really famous. And she was such a badass sim. She achieved so much and it makes me sad that I kind of tend to forget about her because of how my laptop behaved when I played her generation, because she was actually amazing. And all things considered, even those like tech issues that I had, I did some great things with her. I just think that I will always be sad that her dating storylines didn't work out the way I had planned it, but oh well. I think we are at the end of the video, so I won't be able to tell you much more about Claudia or Crystal, but I hope you enjoyed what I did tell you. If you want to know more, as I said, it's on my Tumblr. It's old, it's kind of messy, but go read it if you're interested. And yeah, I hope you liked this video. I hope you like these Sims, and I will see you all next time. Thank you so much for watching. Love you guys. Bye everyone.